Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake of robertoblake.com, helping you create something awesome today. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the 6 different ways that you can make money on YouTube. Now, there might be more ways that you can make money on YouTube, but I'm just going to cover these main 6 because they're the ones that I'm most familiar with. So the most obvious way, of course, is AdSense, then followed by YouTube sponsorship through platforms like famebit.com, who is not sponsoring this video, just so we're clear on that. Affiliate marketing, where you sell other people's products like Amazon or eBay. Selling your merchandise on YouTube like the Create Awesome shirts, which you can get from the link in the description below. Marketing your own business on YouTube, so if you're something like, say, a graphic designer like I am, or a video editor or photographer, you can use your YouTube videos to market your own business and you can actually bring in revenue that way. And finally, selling your own products. Now this is a little different than merch because we're talking instead of something like, t-shirts or buttons or posters, we're talking about actual products. We're talking about things like maybe you've made something, maybe it's a book, a DVD, an e-course. So it's an actual product versus merch associated just with your YouTube brand. So those are the 6 ways that you can make money on YouTube, and I'm going to delve into each of them for a brief moment here to create some context and just kind of walk you through how you can actually accomplish each of these. So let's start with AdSense. I went into an in-depth video on monetization. I'm going to do an update to that video that's going to speak more to tactics, but monetization is where you're making money off the YouTube ad revenue. This is probably one of the smallest ways you're going to profit off YouTube overall, just because it takes getting a lot of views to be able to make some real money off of YouTube. I would say that on average, the average YouTuber per 1 million views makes about $3,000 according to the math that I've read. It depends on your CPM. I do a little better than that, so just understand that that's a rough estimate. If you're getting something like, let's say, 180,000 views per month, which is about where I'm at roughly, then you could look at something like $500, $600 if you're doing very well. It might be a little less than that, so maybe it's somewhere between 3 and 6. That's a rough guesstimate because, again, it depends on the type of ads you're getting, the views, how many of those views are actually monetized. So that's probably the smallest amount of money per month you're gonna make off of YouTube. So let's talk about sponsorship. Sponsorship is where you stand to make a lot more money on YouTube overall, sometimes as much as double or triple what your channel brings in regularly. So with sponsorship, the pricing again varies. It could be anything from $50 to $2,500 for a sponsorship, and that might mean that it's a deal per individual video, or it could be that they're sponsoring you across the board for the month. Whatever you're able to arrange and work out based on the deal between you and the sponsor directly, or if you're working through a platform like Famebit where you bid on sponsors. Again, remember, I have a link in the description below so that you can check them out. Those are your opportunities to make money. If you want to make 6 figures eventually in YouTube, then in theory, the way you could go about that is if you had 10 sponsors that were doing up to $1,000 a month of sponsorship with you across your channel. And to be able to fill that inventory, you probably need something like a show, like a 1-hour podcast or something like that, or you need a lot of content like daily content or multiple shows or something like that. Just understand that to create value for them, you need to be able to plug them on something substantial, and you need a high number of views. People who make that kind of money have well over 100,000 subscribers and average something like 10 or 20,000 views per video. So understand that that's how you're going to get those kind of numbers, and that's how you quote unquote scale to making a living off of YouTube or getting 6 figures. Is that it's not going to be ad revenue strictly unless you're someone like PewDiePie. It's going to be sponsorship. And understand that to get that level of sponsorship, you've got to deliver overwhelming results and numbers to justify it. So then let's talk about the next smallest area that you probably will make money. Aside from AdSense, I'd say that the next smallest area that you're going to make money is probably off your own merchandise. So t-shirts like the Create Awesome t-shirt, probably only, like, regardless of what you guys pay, I probably on the markup only make $2 to $3 off of those t-shirts. To start making significant money, you'd have to do a huge volume of merchandise. So unless you have a huge shopping store of t-shirts and posters and mugs and different things, like 100 or hundreds of products, and you were selling a ton of those, hundreds or thousands of them a month, that's the only way you're gonna make a ton of money off that. And that's just less likely to happen overall because of, the price point of it. And then they have to be something that's unique and interesting enough. But then again, maybe your audience is willing to support you in that way. So, that's another route that we can go. So if you want to make money off of merch, understand that it's unrealistic that you're going to make your living there, but it is another way to supplement your YouTube income. Let's talk about affiliate marketing on YouTube. So you could use an affiliate program like Amazon, which I have in the description below, that you could use to have your audience support you. You make a commission off of those sales, and your audience actually pays the same price. You just get a commission percentage, and that could be anywhere from 4 to 10% depending on if it's Amazon, that's what you would get. eBay might have different things worked out for if you are able to help them sell somebody's auction. BH Photo Video has an affiliate program. There are a lot of websites that have affiliate programs, so find one that's appropriate to the niche for your audience. Let them know that you're doing that, like saying something like support the channel or blah blah blah, and go ahead and put an affiliate link down there, and if they want, they can help you out and support you that way. It is possible if you have like a tech channel or a gaming channel to do very well from something like that. If you have a tech channel and you're doing computer builds and stuff like that, you could make a significant amount of money. There are tech guys who are out there making $100 a day off of affiliate sales. So understand that that's a really easy way to make a lot of money in YouTube, and you could make a six-figure business around it if you wanted to. So that's something that I recommend you definitely investigate, and just find the affiliate program that works for you. So let's talk about marketing yourself with your YouTube channel and bringing in customers through it. Now, a lot of companies get this wrong. Individuals tend to do a little better at this, but companies get this wrong because they just pitch themselves and pitch themselves. They do the same thing with products too. They just try to ram their services down your throat instead of creating value. I didn't intend to get graphic design customers with this YouTube channel. That was not the point when I started it, but it has been an pleasant but unintended consequence of the YouTube channel, and that works out very well for me. Now, based on my pricing model and everything like that, if that continues to happen, then that could easily bring a very significant amount of business. It's definitely, I would say, increased the volume of requests that I get for logo design projects and for advertising, for marketing and branding projects, and even consulting on YouTube channels and brand development. So that is something that I really am happy about, and that has added a significant amount to the bottom line of my business model. And if you have services to offer, if you're a consultant, a photographer, a lawyer, you could leverage YouTube effectively if you're smart about it, and don't sit there and try to sell your services, but make people aware that you do this and speak to your expertise or give advice for free, create that value and that credibility, and then you can make money that way. If you're a company, definitely provide value for your audience. Do things that speak to their problems and needs, and not just ram a product or a service down their throat. Communicate the value and show them how this product and service is used, or how it might solve a problem for them, and then maybe they'll be interested in buying them. Take a page out of Adobe's book or Wacom's book where this is concerned, and look at how they market. Look at how Nikon markets, and you'll have a better idea of how to do this without being salesy. And that applies the same thing for products. If you're making an actual product, something that's not your merch, but something that's like an e-course, like the new e-course that Sean Barry is doing, you should definitely check his stuff out. Or the stuff that Stephen Looney is doing. You could market your e-course through your YouTube channel, and then you can make revenue that way. If you have a product or a DVD, like how Jared Polin has the DSLR video guide, the video guide for photography, the video guide for flashes, over at Fro Knows Photo. He is doing a tremendous job with marketing his products through his website, and that I'm sure is making substantial money. That's something I'm going to look into doing in the future. I'm going to probably do video guides and e-courses in the future, and that's something that I've been outlining and that I plan to do going into next year, probably by the end of this year. So I'll keep you guys informed of the process and the behind the scenes stuff on that, and show you how to do it. But you can market that kind of thing very effectively in YouTube, especially if you've already built up an audience that enjoys your content. Then marketing a product like that is going to be something that's going to be very easy for you to do, and to convert that to sales. So bonus time. I'm going to add in a bonus way to make money in here, a seventh way that I almost forgot about, and that is fan funding / crowdfunding. You can natively donate to YouTube channels through the fan funding thing, so I'm going to pop up a YouTube card for that here. So if you want to donate and support the channel, you can. It could be $1, $5, it could be one time, it could be multiple times a month. That's another way that you can make money on your YouTube channel, is by your fan base supporting you through fan funding if they value the content. So I would say find a way to remind them that they can do that in a way that's not hokey, and just tell them like, hey, if you enjoyed this video, buy me a coffee. That kind of marketing allows you to, unobtrusively ask for that funding and that donation for fans that appreciate it. And that's a more human thing to do. So you can make revenue that way. I had a subscriber once donate as much as $20 through fan funding directly within the first week of that rolling live on the channel. So I would say that fan funding is something that could definitely be lucrative to you. The other side of that is crowdfunding, like Patreon, where you can give perks for that. I've dabbled in Patreon just a little bit. I'm still getting my feet wet there. I don't promote it heavily here on the channel, but I have gotten a couple of people who have contributed through Patreon before. I think maybe 2 or 3 people. So again, that's a very interesting way that you can get people to engage with the content, value it, get a perk or reward for contributing. So explore that and look at that. You can obviously do individual project funding like Indiegogo. So the crowdfunding, fan funding route has some interesting options to it, and I highly recommend that you look into that and find effective ways to market and promote it to your audience. I'm going to do individual videos on each of these different ways of making revenue on YouTube that I talked about. So definitely look forward to that. It will be kind of a series. So it looks like we're going to do 7 or so videos on that. I might drill down into some specific platforms, so I could always expand on that later. It might be 7, it might be 10. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video on my 7 ways to make money on YouTube. If you still have questions about how you can make YouTube revenue, if you're interested in the things I talked about with the math and how to make 6 figures, definitely leave all those things in the comment section below, and I'll try and answer as many of your questions as I possibly can. You guys know I'm super engaged in the comments, so I definitely want you participating there, and I will get back to you. Anyway, like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Consider fan funding the channel while we are at it. As always, you guys, thanks so much for watching, and don't forget, create something awesome today.